Here's a little history lesson for the younger people watching this. Prior to 1865, when President Lincoln freed the slaves, educated Americans knew that owning other people as slaves was wrong. They knew it, and that's why we fought the Civil War in 1865. Lincoln freed the slaves. Well, from 1865 to 1963, we treated these former slaves like animals, like dirt, like 5th, 6th, 7th class citizens. And that's why President Johnson passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, giving our brown and black brothers and sisters the rights they deserved. See, prior to 1964, blacks couldn't sit at a kitchen counter in a restaurant with whites. They had to use a different bathroom. They had to use a different drinking fountain. And the Civil Rights Act of 1964 changed that. Okay, well, then we moved on to women. Well, men always treated women poorly, like second-class citizens, because they wanted to reign, use their power over them. And to give you an idea, you couldn't join the Rotary Club as a woman. The Rotary Club, the cleanest organization in the world, maybe, until 1978, because of the discrimination against women. How shameful. That's the biggest stain in the history of Rotary International. I promise you. I've been a Rotarian for a long time. That is a major stain. Well, then in the 80s, we moved on to gays. Well, gays aren't good enough. It's a decision. And we're trying to shock them into being heterosexuals. Literally shocking them. Conversion therapy, they called it. It was absolutely child abuse. It was abuse of any kind. And then gay marriage passed not too long ago, and it settled down a little bit because educated people that are decent, which is most people, they come around eventually. Oh, we're not fast in America. We are not fast. Believe me, I get it. But we do come around to do the right thing after a while. Well, then after gay marriage passed, we jumped on this whole trans issue. Right? Oh, we're just going to demonize these poor people, especially children that were born maybe a man or a boy and feel like a girl or vice versa. So they have a sex change operation. So they feel normal. So they don't feel like jumping off a frickin' building, which a lot of them do because so many ignorant people are out there saying you're not enough. You're broken. Well, that brings me to my point. Look what's going on with Donald Trump, a wannabe dictator. Oh, he's got all the power in the world now because of an ignorant populace in America. The same basic mentality that condoned slavery, that condoned misogyny, that condoned homophobia, transphobia, the same mindset, not the same people, the same mindset elected Donald Trump. And he's got all the power in the world right now. Well, this is all going to come crashing down. Because it's based on a complete lie, just as slavery was, just as transphobia was, just as homophobia was, just as misogyny was. This is all going to come crashing down. And here's my question for you. This is why I'm doing this post. If you're a younger person, in 8-10 years, your kids and your grandkids are going to have a good question for you. When this all comes crashing down, and good Americans, educated Americans, come back to the center, and they will, make no mistake. They always do. For 250 years, history will repeat itself. The question is, what side of it will you be on? Specifically, when your kids and your grandkids come to you and say, Daddy, Mommy, when a petty con man, lifelong grifter, came along and tried to take over America as a dictator, what did you do? Did you stand up? Did you fight? Or did you cheer him on like a puppet, like a member of the MAGA cult? They're going to ask you that question. Make no mistake, this will happen. There is no way it won't. They're going to make hundreds of movies about this in the next 25 years after it comes crashing down. The question is, how are you going to answer that question? My friends, you better think about it very carefully, and you better think about it now, because remember, all of this is being recorded on social media. You're going to have to answer that question. And if you're on the wrong side of history, you will lose the respect of your children, your grandchildren, and your legacy will be dirt for eternity. You better think about it now, and you better get on the right side.